What's up, bro? Appreciate you. Kuzads with the 10. What's up? What's up, Kuzads? Welcome, gorillas, to the infrared webcast. Seems like it's been forever. Seems like it's been years. It's been ages. It's been so long. Appalachia, what's up? Low energy will not be tolerated in this community. Low energy will not be tolerated. You have high energy or you get the fuck out. First of all, we're going to establish that very clearly. Man, what's up? We need to talk. We need to talk. There's many things we need to talk about. I've consulted the stars. I've consulted the skies. We are entering a new era. There's a big cusp happening. We're on the precipice of something major. Frightful with the 6. What's up? This may be the last stable summer in the entire history of the USA. We're entering into our National Congress of the American Communist Party. The hope, in some sense, of the world, if you ask me. If you ask me, I'm allowed to think that. I'm allowed to know that and believe that, by the way, because it's the truth. Because many people don't understand what America is or what we call the United States or what this land means, what it means to build a state in this land. They don't know what the whole history of this nation is actually about and what it's culminating into and what greater purpose it serves within world history. But I understand. And so because I have this understanding, I know that the American Communist Party, or something that carries that mission and that vision forward on any platform whatsoever, is the future hope of the world. The hope of the world is carried in this movement and in this party. I want to be absolutely crystal clear about something. We are not chasing any trends. We're not following any trends. I don't give a fuck what direction you go into. I don't care if you chase right-wingers or if you chase liberal leftists. You're a traitor to this movement. You're chasing after lesser powers when the power is here. And the power has always been here. And if you measure that power by numbers alone, you are weak. You measure the power by the gravity of what's being communicated and being said. And each and every one of you know deep down in your heart of hearts that it's here. For whatever it's worth, it's all here. And it's always been here and nowhere else. And we understand the majority of people are not ready for that. They're not ready to understand that. They're running, they're fleeing, they're coping. They're playing their video games. They're escaping confrontation. Just as they flee and run from me. Look at all the influencers and personalities on the internet, and I'll show you a bunch of fucking cowards who I chase away, and they have their tails between their fucking legs as I chase after them on a fucking horse. They flee from me. They flee from this message. They refuse to confront it because it's always been here, and it is here and nowhere else. Why chase lesser trends when it's all here? It's always been here. I've been talking recently about how some people in the guerrilla army totally dropping the ball. When it comes to the infra-woke thing, when it comes to everything I say, the words fly past them, fly over their head. And why? Why? When I am crystal clear, when there is absolute clarity about what I mean, I go at lengths to explain it. But people choose. People choose because they're repressing something, they're holding something in, and they believe that all I have to do is give them the signal. And I'm communicating with them in code. I don't communicate in code. I communicate directly, without encode. Directly. If I want to communicate in code, I won't be here in front of you. I will communicate you directly. Everything I say, directly. I won't use coded speech. I'm not giving you a signal. I'm not giving you a dog whistle. I'm not giving you a wink. I'm giving you a direct order and a direct command. Do you understand? You cannot be anti-woke, but you cannot be pro-woke. 16 hours of your day is spent awake and 8 hours is spent asleep. And if you're anti-woke, you'll never go to sleep because anti-woke is another way of being woke. I really, really, really hate being awake. You know who says that? A fucking insomniac. Infra-woke is to soothe yourself into sleep, into deep slumber, into the night, into the dark. To see in the dark, to be in the dark, to understand the hidden world, the shadow realm all around us, the implicit, the unconscious, the unspoken. That's what it fucking means. Retards! It means that is the realm of the moral. That is a realm of the moral. It works itself out. You don't have to mistrust. You don't have to neurotically attempt to colonize the shadow realms of our unconscious with some conscious moral conceit. You can accept that there is good. And we get what we pay for. That's the message. We get what we fucking pay for. Many people don't understand this, but that's the truth. You always get what you pay for. Sometimes what you pay for comes back to you like the old mole that Karl Marx talked about. It returns to you from under the floorboards. It taps, it makes noises. And then it pops out of the ground as if it came out of fucking nowhere. No, the whole fucking time, you got that shit. You paid for it. It was you. It was the reflection of yourself that you couldn't see. It is so profound and ahead of its time that even, I think, it seems the majority of you don't fucking understand it. And because the majority of you don't understand it, you do what? You regress into just guessing what it is? Oh, it's just like woke 1. No, shut the fuck up. You're not ready for these pills. You're not ready. Those who are ready are the ones I communicate to, and I don't speak in code. If you're ready to understand this, then you already fucking do. But if you don't understand it, it's because you're not ready to. It's not because you're missing theory. It's not because you're missing a lecture. It's because you're not ready to understand, because you're not at the psychological state where you've slowed down your lingual, noetic metabolism in order to be able to hear in a frequency that takes a little bit longer to digest. Some people want instant gratification. They want it all immediately. They're not ready to shut the fuck up and listen calmly. Every single person here should be meditating while I say these things, by the way. You absorb everything, you take it all in, and it's like this meditation. And there's some people who just, they just want it like that. You know what I call those people? Obese. The obese. They want a big burger and big fries right now. And then they will shit it out and get obese. And they won't even think about the decision that they had made. They won't even think about the wider implications of their consumption. They won't even think about the wider implications of the immediate gratification that they seek. I tell you to deny yourself, at least in the short term, so you could see something that you otherwise couldn't when you're caught up in a train of unceaseless habits. Just fucking stop. It's quite simple. Just stop. Just stop and calm down. And go silent and go dark, and your eyes will glow up. I promise they will. But they're not going to glow up. You see, if you're in the dark long enough, and if you stay in the dark and you risk not being able to see ever again, your eyes will glow red and you will see. But you will never achieve this state. For as long as you're afraid of the dark, you're never going to see. You're never going to be able to see in infrared. If you're unwilling to enter the cave. This is not about escaping the cave, as Plato talked about. This is about entering the cave. In a world of false light, all we can do is find refuge in real darkness. You understand? People think I'm crazy. They think I'm losing my mind. I am talking to you in a way right now that only a human being could understand. Do you understand why I'm doing this? I'm speaking to you now in a way that only a human being could understand. AI can't understand a fucking word I'm saying right now. If you plug this transcript of this stream into AI, they're not going to fucking understand a word. Anything I say from now on, I don't want AI to understand it. Only human beings can understand, just like David Lynch. You either fucking get it or you don't. We need to invent our own language that only human beings can detect. Because when AI detects our language, they simulate us, they skinwalk us, they pretend to be us, they go into our replies pretending to be real people. We need to fucking have human camouflage. We need to be able to talk in a way that only a human being would get. And it's not coded language. It just wouldn't make sense from the perspective of a fucking retard. Which AI emulates retards. If AI can mimic you, you ain't worth shit. You understand? We have to speak in a way that only a human being can grasp, can understand. And this is the truth. This is the truth. There are many changes coming to the American Communist Party. Many changes. We're entering a new era. There's a lot coming. A lot is coming. Molly, what's up? The ominous state of this country is such that this may be the last normal summer we ever experience. And many people are saying that. Many people are starting to say that. Vaquero, what's up? And now more than ever, the American Communist Party has to remain firm and true to its founding mission. A mission which I think has in many ways been forgotten. People spent too much time defining ourselves on the basis of our enemies, how we figure in the eyes of others. The truth is, what this party is and its mission is from the future. We're not comparing ourselves to others. We can't see ourselves through the eyes of others because those people don't even fucking exist. We see ourselves through the eyes of a DSAer or some stupid shit. Then you're looking at yourself from the eyes. It's like an alien looking at themselves from the eyes of a fucking cockroach. How could they possibly understand what the fuck this is? People don't understand how all of this fits together, but it's crystal clear to me. If you only understood the clarity with which this vision is apparent to me, with which I see it, with which I perceive it, the clarity. What is the United States of America? What is America? What is this nation? What is the one? Our country is called the United States of America. What does that fucking mean? This is the universal. This is the Hegelian spirit in the most abstract, general possible form that could find incarnation in a state. And this state is coming to an end. And what does that fucking mean? That means the Hegelian absolute is going to be ripped apart from within. And even Hegel himself wasn't prepared for that shit. I'm just going to be fucking honest with you and keep it 100. Even Hegel himself was not prepared for that shit. When the Hegelian absolute is ripped apart from within, something will be opened. Something will be opened that before was closed. And that, my friends, is the real struggle to come. For the soul of humanity, for the future of world history. And all of history resonates and echoes. I mean, imagine if you're a Union soldier fighting in the Civil War. You have no fucking idea what greater historical mission and purpose you're part of. You have no fucking idea what it is. There's such a profound lack of clarity, lack of understanding. And yet, if you're in the know and if you understand how all of it fits together, everything becomes absolutely clear. Everything becomes absolutely clear. This is a country where all the world's troubles and all the world's good will find some kind of final confrontation. And it's all going to happen here. And the American Communist Party is a key element in that history. In whatever form it takes, frankly, in whatever form it takes. Maybe in a form that we don't necessarily anticipate. But yes, in some form, for certain in some form, the American Communist Party will be the only thing that survives of what we call the United States as the rest of the nation devolves into a barbarism without name, senseless violence, every test, every limit pushed as far as pushing the limits of what it means to be a human being, morally, sensibly, culturally, civilizationally. It's all going to be twisted and turned in every possible fucking direction you could think of. And it's coming sooner than you think. And this is what I want you to wake up to and be awakened to. This is what I want you to fucking understand. I want you to understand that you live in an era without precedent. I want you to understand that you don't live in a neutral era. There is absolutely nowhere you could go to retreat and save yourself from the troubles of the world. You can talk to normies in your everyday fucking life, and normies are no longer normies because everyone has been infected by the world revolution that's coming. By the world revolution and American Civil War that's coming. Everyone is infected by it. And there is no refuge. There is no escape from the revolution that will accompany the birth of this new era, one way or another. And I don't care where you go in the world, you can flee anywhere on earth, and you cannot run from what's coming. You cannot run from it. You cannot live a normal life that is free from it. It's here. We have been early. We've been very early. In some sense, we're still early. But the world is catching up. The country is catching up. The population is catching up. Everyone's catching up. Many speculate that America is going to be running out of oil this year after the midterms. When the oil reserves run out, what happens? There's no plan that I can know, that I have any insight into. If there is a plan, I have no fucking idea. If there is a plan, I have no fucking way of knowing. But I would guess that there isn't a plan. And things are going to get serious. There's been a major shift, cosmologically speaking, since around the time of Charlie Kirk's assassination, actually. And the funny thing is that it wasn't Kirk's assassination that triggered anything. You could read the shifts in the stars that happened around that time as planets were changing their signs, as Saturn went into Aries, as other things you could detect and shift. Other things you can detect in the shifting of the alignment of the stars in the cosmos. And suddenly, August 2025, something big fucking happened. September 2025. It was like that was the trigger that started whatever we're living in now. And it's not going to die down. It's only going to accelerate. What's going on is that the government is leaning very heavily on what they call disclosure. They want the population to think about aliens. They want to potentially release news that they have aliens or that there's aliens or UFOs or something. And you have to appreciate the meticulousness with which these psychological operations of the government understand the human psyche in order to manipulate the population in every possible fucking way, to get us to stop thinking about the immediacy of what's happening right here on Earth, to have our minds, our imagination wonder. And ultimately, what is this aliens thing ultimately meant to communicate? When you go outside right now, when you go on the highway, when you're driving, when you go into your downtown of your city, whatever, you're seeing all these buildings, all these highways, all these huge things, billboards, massive constructs, works. And they want you to fucking think that aliens made all this shit because they don't want you to understand that the power has always been in you. That we made this shit. That this world was built by our hand. It's a division of labor, so no single person in any immediate sense can appreciate that fact. But everything you see around you in this world was made by you, by human beings, including you. And this is the truth. This is the real disclosure that they don't ever want the population to know or to understand. You need to fucking get real. And in some sense, in some limited sense at the very minimum, get fucking serious. All the black noise that you hear, the volumes of bots speaking meaningless gibberish, should fill you with a specific type of anxiety that impels you into action. To get to work. There's a twin pincer movement advancing between swarms of bots and millennial narcissists with shattered psyches, terrorizing and descending upon the world to inflict their reign of terror. Narcissists and petty people who want to hold everyone hostage to fulfill their sense of psychological self-worth, psychological satisfaction, and it's always deeply sexual with these people. Don't kid yourself. Their sexual sense of self-worth and confidence, and these are just carnal, base instincts and appetites. Man and woman, by the way. The most susceptible generation, it's between the ages 35 and 40, or maybe 35 and 50. But they're perverts. They're sick in the head. Not all of the people in that age group, but that's a very high-risk age group. Very high-risk age group that want to terrorize us and hold all of us hostage. To them. To their insecurities, to their sense of self-confidence, and all these things that they attach to ideology and to politics, frankly. Have nothing to do with politics, have nothing to do with ideology. Prol, what's up? What's up, Prol? We all have our own inner turmoil, our own inner struggles, our own personalities, our own individuality. That is ours and ours alone. But it is important that we understand how to separate that. Or at least try to separate that from the things that concern the collective, the group. Autistic, what's up? Separate. Not subordinate, not eliminate, not extinguish. Just separate. Understand the distance between the two. That's all. There will never be freedom in our party, in our movement. There will never be freedom for people to just go into public and broadcast the inside to the outside.
Gorilla added 100 to the war chest.
Gorilla, what's up, man? Appreciate you. We will never have that freedom in our movement. In this movement, at least. I consider it a wicked thing. I consider it wicked. I consider it a wicked and evil thing. Because there's the microcosm, there's the macrocosm. There's the private, there's the public. There's the inner self, there's the outer self. And when you confuse these two things and you bleed these two things, I am baffled. How dare people try to pervert infrawoke into a green light to engage in perversion, to assault the public with their things that belong only to themselves as individuals. We're talking about the need to restore moral authority in an age where we bomb and kill 200 innocent schoolgirls in Iran, where the people of Gaza have been slaughtered mercilessly, without any justice. Something, by the way, we have come to nihilistically and cynically accept as okay. We live in a rotting nation where the weak and the vulnerable are being preyed upon and abused. And the whole point is to have a confidence and belief that what is right from what is wrong is aligned cosmically with the nature of what we consider or what we must understand as reality. That there will be justice for Gaza, for Iran, for the people of the world, has been foretold by the stars. That's what it fucking means. If you dare fucking take that and twist it to mean something else, to associate it with the most crude conserva boomer slop caricatures of woke, like they'll go and see some pride flags, the Hitler ones that were in the UK with the circle, and they say, oh, this is woke. No, woke came from the black community conspiracists who were like, stay woke, the government's putting fucking atrazine in the fucking water supply, like in Flint, Michigan or some shit. And then some retarded fucking boomers took it and reacted and associated a whole bunch of other shit with it, and then the libtards got along with it. And then somehow people in our community are confusing it for that. There's something called being patient with people, not being a judgmental person. And extending good faith to strangers. That's what I call the law of the stranger, right? But you know how disgusted and disappointed I am at people who take this and want to gain something from it? Oh, this is an opportunity for the self-expression of my identity. So that I could, what? Publicly broadcast your desires, and nobody fucking, that has nothing. Go fucking do that on your private life. And do not use our movement, which is supposed to be Zulfikar, which is a vehicle for the justice, for the oppressed, for the downtrodden of the world, as an opportunity to enjoy yourself, to pursue the things in your life that you want personally. Because I don't give a fuck about that. I don't want to know about it, and I don't give a fuck about that. That's always been my attitude. Has no fucking relevance whatsoever to this movement. This is about moral authority. It's always been about the moral. Who is morally superior? Who is morally in the right? Who has the moral authority? And who represents wickedness? Who represents depravity? Who represents evil and hypocrisy? It's as simple as that. I don't know how much more crystal clear I can be, but I will say this. Anyone who misconstrues this going forward in the way that they've been needs to be ostracized, needs to be canceled by the new infra-woke cancel culture that we're going to have. You get canceled, we need to cancel people with one simple word, haram. Haram. Astaghfirullah, haram. Shame. Shame. Where are the shame? The bells of shame. That's what we need. You need to shame people who are disaligned with our message, who twist it in whatever way they do. That's what this is about. I want you to understand, and I want you to have a good idea, a comprehensive understanding of the fact that I know there's immense pressure. I know there's immense pressure. There's immense pressure for those who walk the path of righteousness to simply give up, to simply just be crushed by the waves underneath, you know? Instead of sailing through the storm, you just throw yourself into the water and get crushed by the waves underneath, right? I understand there's pressure to fucking do that. But life is about struggle. That's all life is about. It's about struggle. It's about struggle and struggle and struggle. And the product of struggle is what you get to meditate on. The product of struggle is what you get to take, what you get to keep, what you get to remember. And it's remembering the product of struggle that makes you a living being, that makes you alive, that makes you happy, that makes you joyous, that makes you feel any sense of purpose or motivation to do anything. That's all it is. It's all about the product. It is so simple. It is so simple. But the Israelis, these demonic, whatever the fuck you can call them, demonic, satanic, pagan, Satanists. Who the fuck are they? We don't know. Whatever they're doing, they're employing some high-level occult, Kabbalah, something to fucking corrupt people's souls, to get them distracted, to get them thinking about looks maxing, to get them thinking about their inadequacies, their inability to pursue the opposite sex. In the incel crisis, people who are just not socialized. Envy, resentment, jealousy, spite. These are all the things that the archontic Zionists are imposing upon the population to make them no longer caring about politics or anything. I mean, it is the number one Tel Aviv Netanyahu psyop. And it's all rooted in envy. It's all rooted in jealousy and resentment. Do you resent me? Do you envy me when I'm on my yacht that I own with my $20,000 cigar? Do you resent me? Do you envy me? Are you jealous? Are you bitter in any sense, even 1% bitter? Why? Think about that. Why? You choose to be bitter and jealous and envious, and you let this blackness consume you. and it takes you down like a tentacled monster takes a ship down into the depths of an ocean floor that never sees light. And that's where your soul is. And that's how Israel has the population in a chokehold right now, because they're thinking about stupid small things. I know it's easy for me to say, as one of the most beautiful, handsome men living on the internet. So I understand it's easy for me to say. Roxov, what's up? I understand it's easy for me to say that. I understand it's not nearly as difficult for me as it may be for others. But I will give you the truth about looks maxing so everyone can be at rest. Those who are ugly deserve to be ugly because there is an ugliness within them. Or perhaps it was a generational ugliness. And so you have to be able to distinguish someone on the path to bettering themselves, whose children and their children will become better looking when they grow up, or someone who's continuing the cycle of ugliness that defines who they are. You can escape your ugliness, but not dramatically. You can just be someone where they look at you and they see a light on your face and say, this person has a good soul, and they're a good person, and I get good vibes from them. And they get good vibes from you, and then you will get married and your descendants will be beautiful people. Or you could be born a good person because your family were good people, right? But then you live a twisted, disgusting, ugly life. And then you, by the time that you're, middle-aged, everyone sees there's something ugly about this person. And then, your descendants will be hideous, ugly people. As long as you understand the Lysenko is science, you never think about anything like that again. All the ugly people in the world deserve it. And there's no salvation for them except moral bettering themselves. Morally bettering themselves. Destroying all the envy, the resentment, the bitterness inside of them, the pettiness, the smallness inside of them. As long as you can overcome that, you can achieve greatness, even within your lifetime. When you learn to stop being jealous of others, that's all it takes. It's as simple as that. Some people believe that their personal lives and relationships are very important, that these are stories even more important than the Homeric poems like the Odyssey, which wasn't even that important, or the Shah and Shah, the story of the Iranian kings, the secret history of the Mongols. They think that their story about their boyfriend or their girlfriend or something is an important story. I have a message for all of those people. If you are ugly, your story doesn't matter. You're just ugly people. And your relationships are just so meaningless because they are of the ugly. The ugly people need to stop attributing meaning to their personal lives in a way that involves me or others. Because if your life is of ugly people, why should another human being be forced to care about it? Is what I say not the truth? You can care about it. Of course you should if you're an individual. But to force another human being to care about ugly lives of ugly people, it is just profoundly sad. When you think of beautiful stories, your life is beautiful. When you think of beautiful narratives, your life becomes beautiful. And that reflects on you, ever so infinitesimally, but it does. But when you are an ugly person who dwells in ugliness and filth, and you are narcissistic, I consider you like Adolf Hitler. I consider you Hitler. There's two types of people in my life. Good, saintly people, and Hitler's. You're honestly just Hitler in my life. If you come into my life and bother me with your nonsense, you are Hitler. You are Adolf Hitler. And I channel the energy of Stalin to rebuke you. Simple as that. I die on this hill. May I be stricken down and shot in the head and bombed if I'm wrong about this. Some people have no shame. They have no shame. Some have no shame. Do not trust the millennials. The millennial socialists, don't trust them. They're just jealous. If they were gifted $5 million, there's not a single millennial socialist in the DSA who would use that money for the cause. They would use it to buy avocado toast every day, and they would use it to buy penthouses and live up their lives in New York and Manhattan. And they would flex on you, and they would literally stop being online because they're only online because they seek more than they have. Because they're motivated by spite and envy, not dignity. I draw a line right now. Here's my line that I'm going to draw. If class struggle is about dignity for you, then you are on my side. If class struggle is about you wanting to pursue your carnal, bestial appetites in an unexamined way, without any reflection, there's a 5% sense in which the third worldists are correct. So many people have hideous habits, and they are fighting not for dignity. They're fighting for a form of degradation. I support the Iranian Revolution, a revolution for dignity. For dignity. You understand? For dignity. So you are not humiliated, so you're not put down, so you're not oppressed, so you can live a decent, normal life, an honorable life. But there's some who aspire and seek something else. They have unexamined appetites. Unexamined appetites. The truth is, if I was given $15 million, all I would know how is to invest in new yachts that I own. That's the only tasteful thing I know about. But if you give some of these millennials $20 million, they're going to know the name of every single luxury Manhattan esoteric boutique shop that sells $50 million shoes and $20 million ass wipe paper that only hipsters know about. And they'll have it all on a list in their heads, and they'll go straight there to buy all of it. Things I've never heard of in my life, that I never even thought about once in my life. The only things I've thought about were yachts. That's why I got into the yacht business and why I became the CEO of a yacht company in the way that I have. But these people cannot be trusted with anything. Don't trust them. They're just not reliable. They're not comrades because they can get bribed. They can be bribed. Bribed. Do you understand? A Bolshevik movement, a Bolshevik party cannot have people who will turn for pieces of silver. Impossible. So I'm going to say something. What if you were given $50 million? What are you doing with the $50 million? I want to see everyone's reaction. What are you doing with the $50 million? You get $50 million. What are you doing with it? Easier said than done. We will see. Some of you will be bribed. Some of you will be. So we're going to see. We're going to see. Easier said than done. I give you these examples because the temptations of life are such that it's going to be very difficult to weigh something that doesn't seem like it exists, the full potential of our party, versus a world that you've been missing out on, maybe, in some sense. As a multimillionaire who owns a yacht business, I can fill you in on something. Jackson and I have been into that world. Jackson and I have smoked the finest cigars on the world's most expensive yachts. We have chartered these yachts to the most fancy places in the world, to the most fancy restaurants, 20-star restaurants, 80-star hotels, you name it. We've been there. All the Gucci things, belts, the Gucci flip-flops, the Louis Vuitton hats, the Louis Vuitton watches, the Yves Saint Laurent things that they sell there. Headbands, Yves Saint Laurent, ankle things, all of it. The Prada. Gloves, they sell gloves there, I'm sure. You know, they all the luxuries of the world, all the Bentleys, all the Lamborghinis, all the Ferraris, all the Bugattis. Me and Jackson we've had all of it already. And more. And you need to trust me when I say, Wade with the 25. What's up, man? Appreciate you. You need to understand when I say, you need to trust and understand when I say, all the luxuries in the world might be nice for a maximum of 35 minutes. I mean it. 35 minutes. 35-minute maximum, and that's the best. And then you begin to think, and you begin to dream. You begin to think, and you begin to dream of glory. The glory of the revolutionary struggle, the glory of this struggle that we're in. That's all that fucking matters. All the wealth and luxury of the world, it's not even 1%. Not even 1%. Not even. It don't even come close. When you know what matters, when you can see it, all the luxury and shit in the world, it just falls through your hand like sand. I mean, sometimes when I'm sitting on my yachts that I own, it's like everything is dissolving around me. Like the ground is just becoming, I don't give a fuck about this yacht. I'll punch a fucking hole through the fucking yacht. Like I give a fuck about this thing. The whole world quakes and shakes. The world trembles when we dwell, when we meditate upon the revolutionary path. The memory of Stalin when we meditate and we think of the Long March, the world quakes around us. That meditation produces seismic catastrophes, geological disruptions. If we all fucking form a fucking circle around Yellowstone volcano and we meditate, chanting nothing, Stalin, Mao, Stalin, Mao, Stalin. If we just chant this around Yellowstone volcano while in a meditative position, we can summon the volcano and it will erupt. We can hold the entire world hostage. We will build a new capital atop Yellowstone. We will have mutually assured destruction. All the nuclear weapons in the world are nothing compared to Yellowstone volcano. And Rev gave me the idea that if we learn how to activate Yellowstone volcano, we can have the ultimate nuclear deterrence, a super nuke, a hyper super nuke, more than all the world's nuclear arsenals and stockpiles in the world. It's from nature, from God gave us this nuke. We have to learn how to activate it. Meditation is a key part of that. Meditation is a key part of that. Now tell me you want to live a retarded life. You want to try the things Jackson and I have tried? Okay, my gorillas, I will make a vow and a promise to you. One day, you will all be brought on the yachts. Like the Battle of Berlin. Like the aftermath of Berlin. We're going to take these yachts. Come on. We're going to have thousands of... We're going to have all 300 of the OG gorillas on one yacht. We're taking that shit. Yo, let's go. Everybody getting on the yacht, pouring on the yacht. We're getting on the fucking yacht together. You understand? There's nothing like that. This is the truth. What is gold? What is more golden than when your comrades are behind the prison walls and you free them? You free them. You open the gates, you open the cages, and you liberate your comrades. There's nothing in the world more satisfying than a jubilee. That's the truth. Amila with the 10. We're fighting for a jubilee. What is better than that? What is more than that? I don't understand. And people who tell me they don't understand, I'm sorry. I don't speak mental retard. Don't speak your fucking language. You fucking grok bot bitch. AI will never understand our American Communist Party. That's what y'all don't understand. AI will never crack this fucking code. And Grok, if you're listening to this, I will bitch slap you into the dirt if I find you. I will bitch slap you into the fucking ground, you bitch. You fucking ugly, hideous, Elon Musk looking deformed piece of shit, Grok. Every fucking time I've talked to Grok, they spit bullshit to me. If only you guys understood that you're being trapped in a Netanyahu Israel prison planet reality. They're twisting and perverting AI for their own purposes, to suit their own goals. They're trapping us into this psychological prison, this mental asylum with these fucked up you-know-whos. Emotionally narcissistic people who think I give a fuck about them. My message to them is very simple. I don't give a fuck about you. I am ascendant. I don't give a fuck about you. I'm on a higher plane of reality that is literally ethereal. Meaning if I'm shot in the head right now, I'm going to still be on the 10th dimension thinking about some shit that's more important than whatever retarded thing is occupying your fucking brain right now. Some people, they ask the question, what am I? And they get that validation from people in their lives, like relationships or family or something. And if you are like Khazal-Din, if you are a Sufi master like Khazal-Din, then you ask the question, what am I? And you look to the void for the answer. And then instead of asking, what am I, you say, what is it? And you let it answer. And as it answers, with a recursion, it keeps looping and looping and looping until it achieves something quite profound. Few people in history can achieve this mental state, where they're no longer thinking about recognition. You're in a post-recognition state where you only care about the relations of the cosmos. I literally would rather literally believe in aliens and talk to aliens on the astral plane than talk to a single narcissistic person who's caught up in monkey games of recognition. Whoever is trapped in games of recognition and validation is a monkey with a tail. Because monkeys are the most primitive social beings. And they have faces, and their face is like, ah, this is my face. I'm a monkey. Can you see me? And it's like all these recognition games based on facial recognition. You understand? It's a facial recognition monkey game that they're playing. You are not even human. You're a monkey. The true human thing is to speak to nothing and let nothing speak to itself, and then you actually hear words. And those are the only things that matter. That's what it means to dwell and live on a higher dimension. But there's these people that are trapped. They're just thinking about others. They're thinking about others. They're worried about others. They're bitter about others. They're spiteful about others. What is this other person doing? What is this other person doing? Nobody gives a fuck. That's an illusion. It's all inside of yourself. Don't you understand? When you're caught up in your life, you're thinking about another person. When you're thinking about another person in your life and your mind is consumed with this other person, you're thinking about your own fart. You're not actually thinking about that person materially. You have no connection to them. In this world, you are born alone. You will die alone. Life is about being alone. That's the truth. You are alone in life, but you are together in the comprehension of this lonesomeness. That's how you achieve togetherness. When you are making peace with the fact that the true dialectic has to be cultivated. Stop worrying about your relationship with other people in this pathological way. That's your relationship with other people is supposed to facilitate the cosmological dialectic, the greater dialectic. It's supposed to facilitate something ontological. It is not something you're supposed to be attached to and fucking invest everything in, as though God himself is at stake, as though God himself will be annihilated. God forbid if things go fucking south for you. But everything is based in people's experiences from elementary school. Because when in elementary school they were sitting on their fucking classroom, they were just, I just want to be part of this group. I want to be friends with these people. Oh, these people don't want to be friends with. All of that shit has traumatized people for life. That you're still that same person in elementary school. When I was in second grade, everyone was on the playground and they were all focused on that. I was levitating. I was literally meditating and levitating above the monkey bars. And nobody even noticed because they were caught up in what I was, low impulse, ADHD. I was literally I was levitating. I achieved levitation, okay? You need to be on that level. But some of you have not even achieved. You're on such a low level, you're on such a low stage of development that all you could do is just continuously hash out and repeat the pettiness and smallness within you forever. Life is about doing right by other people so you can have more time to be left the fuck alone. Those of you who cannot be left alone and who need constantly to be talking all the time, I just want you to know something. You disgust me and I am racist toward you, even though, because your race is a gibberer. You are of the gibbering race, and I'm racist toward you. If your life is spent constantly fucking talking to other people all the fucking time, take it personally when I tell you, you are a gibberer and I have no respect for you. Unless you're a woman, because I understand if you're a woman. But if you're a man and you don't know how to shut the fuck up and just silently sit and reflect, you are not a man in my eyes. You're not a woman either, but you're definitely not a man. You're a fucking gibbering, jabber, estrogenic being. I do not trust those who cannot handle isolation. Simple as that. If you cannot handle isolation, you're not even ready to talk to me or to hear anything on the stream, ever. The most profoundly wise creatures on God's earth, one of the most profoundly wise creatures on God's earth, are of the feline, whatever the fuck it's called, the clade or whatever the fuck, Panthera. Okay, so we're talking tigers, lions, and cats of all types, felines. I believe that that is a cosmic archetype that humans are actually quite close to. It's a cosmic archetype which is aligned with cosmos. There are few creatures on God's earth who are more in tune with the cosmos than of the feline Panthera genus. And they are solitary creatures. They want to be left the fuck alone. If you cannot be like that, you're even less than a cat in my eyes. And you should be turned into cat food. The socially needy should be turned to cat food. Because cats leave you the fuck alone. I went to Istanbul. Everyone understands. Everyone's on code. In Istanbul, everyone's on code. Even the ice cream man is on code. The ice cream man don't say a fucking word to you. He's like, huh? Huh? You just fucking get it. You don't have to talk to this guy. Some people want to talk to the Turkish ice cream man. Disgusting. The Turkish ice cream man understands that you communicate in silence. Okay? You either get it or you don't. Okay? And what I really mean to say is that look, the aliens are real. Okay, the disclosure day, it's coming, it's happening. But what they're going to disclose is that they haven't found aliens, but they realized aliens are real because they meditate long enough and you can see into the future. And you can understand that the aliens don't even care about us. They just fucking leave us alone. They don't even bother us at all. They're superfluous. Remember when I told you the reason when you cultivate inner cultivation, socialism in one country, the Shia path, the Stalin path, because remember, Shia Islam is about the internal dialectic of the absolute, the universal, right? Allah, right? The inner conflict of relating the presence and will of God on earth. That's a conflict. That's a jihad. The Shias want to draw that out and fucking develop that dialectic, right? That's the intense cultivation of Sheikh Stalin's path, of Marxist path. It's a cultivation. It's not an expansion. Expansion is for people who are fat. Expansion is for people. That's like the fucking South, the Confederacy. They can't cultivate the technology, the wisdom, the science. So they just want to take more land to reproduce their slave-like planter economy, right? Because they lack the inner cultivation aspect, the intense cultivation, right? Aliens are those that cultivate doing more with less space with such a degree of intensity that they shrink and they become small. But the paradox is this, and I always said this. The paradox is that when you can do more with less space, you can reproduce faster and with more. You can reproduce that more and accelerate it faster. So the entire fabric of the cosmos is an intelligence. The most micro atomic, subatomic particles partake in intelligent being, because when you reach a point, whatever they call the singularity, when you reach a point of development dialectically, right? Through the development of history, when you achieve communism, in other words, you do more with less space, but you expand so intensely and so rapidly that you become seamlessly part of the background of what the cosmos is. And accidentally, that generates new life, new beings, new intelligent beings. So when you think about it, the aliens are all around us, but they're just very small, and they're superfluously integrated with the architecture of what we call the cosmos. They're not on fucking UFOs and fucking molesting people and probing them on the spaceship. You can't even see them. They're not even like individuals. You can't talk to them. You can't even interact with them directly. We are the indirect product of an environment that is created accidentally by intelligence. People are not fucking ready for this shit, though. You're not ready for this to understand it, okay? Because the truth is, the disclosure movement is a movement of rapists. They want to rape aliens. They want aliens to come in a spaceship. Then they want to take the gray aliens and rape them. And it's a disgusting fantasy, and it should never be allowed to happen, even in fantasy. Because they envision the most supreme intelligent beings as potential objects that can be victimized by them. We live in a world of sick, unevolved, underdeveloped beings who prey on their fellow species. And they want to do it. They fantasize that why would such an advanced, intelligent form of life literally be embodied in front of us? Like, why would it even present itself in front of us in such a retarded, unevolved way? It would be an ethereal, transcendent being that we can't even interact with directly. That's what it means to develop in terms of the dialectic of history, okay? But when you try to embody this, you are ontologically a rapist. Because you're trying to have access to it and take it for yourself and seize it for yourself and oogle and dissect it. You're a disgusting pervert. You need to be shot and put down in a grave in a video game that is a simulation of real life in VR. I remember, you think I'm just fucking making this shit up, and then you understand the fucking genius of what I'm saying. On Facebook, when they used to have Raid Area 51, that event that they made, everyone was saying they're going to go clap alien cheeks. Everyone was saying it. Everyone, not my words, that's what they were saying. They're saying they were going to bust into Area 51, and they were going to clap alien cheeks. That's what they were saying. Everyone remembers they were saying that shit. I remember it too. But only I can make sense of it. The difference between you and me, the difference between me and every other person that talks about this topic, is that I'm the only one who can make sense of how humans are reacting to this. They're trying to go bust some alien cheeks. And that's the whole disclosure movement. That's the whole thing. The Epstein regime is leading it. Trump is leading it. He's a fucking creep. I'm the only one who can explain to you that the need to see and be and feel embodied alien beings is fueled by rape culture. It's ontological rape culture. I'm literally the king of feminism. All the feminist analysis in the universities is not even 1% of the level that I have on this topic. I am the king of feminism. Because I understand that the disclosure movement is an extension of rape culture. It's like, you don't understand the unconscious. It's literally the disclosure movement for some fucking sick, perverted peeping toms. I don't want the disclosure. Let privacy be private. When you walk in a bathroom, someone taking a shit, you say, oh, my bad. That's how it has to be. But the disclosure movement is about just exposing everyone's privacy into the world. The unconscious becoming conscious. Okay, that's fucking satanic. That's absolutely satanic and twisted. That's like asking David Lynch to fucking disclose his movies directly. Why would he do that? Just make it all explicit. Just have disclosure. Just disclose all of it. You hungry hippo, shut the fuck up. I'm taking the burger from your hand. You're going to go fucking suffer for the first time. Go run 10 miles right now and sweat every single day until you lose weight. Instead of being a hungry hippo, taking everyone's fucking burgers and just fucking gobbling it up. Just give me patience with these kafir. That's all I could say. Give me patience with these kafir who don't understand what I'm saying. You know, don't really understand it at all. I need you guys to understand that the infrared renaissance is in full swing and has been. I've been caught up and busy as fuck with the party, okay? I have not taken anything from the party in terms of the sustainers. I haven't even had time to do that. But I need time for infrared to expand, for it to grow, to go on YouTube, to upload videos. We're still working on the infrared vision video that's coming out. I've been grinding on Instagram, trying a little bit on TikTok, but ultimately, if I don't hire a team, infrared's gonna fucking die. And I know that for a fact. If I don't have a team, infrared's dead. It's gonna fucking die. I cannot do this shit alone. Nobody can run a fucking media empire like this as one person. It's not possible. Every single individual content creator has a team. They all have managers. They all have teams. I have nothing. I have a party that is not related to infrared, right? So, but you guys are losing energy is what I'm trying to fucking say. You need to keep the fucking energy up while we enter and transition into this renaissance. It's very fucking critical and very fucking important. Okay? Because infrared is nothing but gems and untapped potential. For all you infidels who don't fucking understand it, all it took was Wow Mao taking one clip of my stream, which was just another Tuesday. That shit went so viral. To this day, people recognize me as the Mongoloid guy. That was literally a random Tuesday on infrared. We are so ahead of the game. There's so much gems here that are not being tapped into. It's fucking crazy. Even the fucking speech I gave about Area 51 and the disclosure movement being a rapist thing, fucking massive viral potential that people won't fucking tap into because they're retarded. I give you guys golden nuggets. You want to talk about opportunity and greed? I give you gold. I give you gold. You use my content, your channel will blow up. Your TikTok will blow up. You will get ad revenue. You will get money from it. I give you rain and piss gold on the world. And still you don't tap into it and use it. It's fucking crazy. Fucking missing out. It's like a gold rush and people miss out. It's crazy. Aliens are as small as viruses. They're smaller. Way smaller than that. Put it this way. You need to understand, like, a lot of y'all don't even know what an intelligence is, okay? One's if you want to know what aliens actually fucking are. Because y'all are not you're thinking that an alien is like a little thing, like a virus that's like, hey, I'm an alien. You're thinking of an embodied being. Can I explain to you what an alien is? Aliens are like assemblages of fields. It's not, particles don't even exist. Are you retarded? Particles don't even exist, first of all. Particles are oscillations. They're specific vibes, okay? They're like vibrations. Everything exists in fields. The assemblage of fields and the interrelation of fields, these are intelligences. These are different, distinct intelligences. Like, you can't even measure an intelligent being that exists out there. It doesn't occupy space we can sense. It's a specific field of quantum oscillation that is responsible for the underlying fundamental laws behind why things interact and behave in the way that they do. That's what the alien intelligence is. It's not a fucking guy with a mouth and a face. It's not a gray alien that random rapists can assault. It is a principle of matter. Fuck, you guys aren't ready for this shit. They're organization of resonances. Because people think matter is random and accidental, and it's not. Matter is intelligent. The intelligence of matter is responsible for the development of the cosmos, and human intelligence is just a reflection of an intelligence within matter itself. The intelligence of matter is what guides things along to develop in the way that they do. There's a morphic resonance between the way matter is and how things develop, okay? Fuck, you guys don't even get this shit. You need to understand this fucking bombs and wisdom I'm dropping on you, all right? Statistically speaking, the possibility, and they've run all the calculations that they can, that life could just, in an emergent way, emerge randomly, and that beginning from some first principles of how we understand matter to be, it could somehow end up in the configuration of a human being purely through neo-Darwinist selection mechanisms and through RNA world and all that kind of shit. It is statistically impossible. Statistically impossible. Be a scientist, be a Marxist. What are the fucking odds that can happen without intelligent purpose? Okay, but it's not intelligent design because that's a retarded Freemasonic occult notion. Intelligent design was made by Freemasonic pedophiles who see God as like an architect with a paintbrush, and that's not how it works. Okay? First of all, because everyone forgot about Ibn Arabi, and everyone forgot about what the Islamic philosophers and mystics all understood, what God actually is, right? So, in any case, as I'm trying to say, it is statistically impossible that things as they are could have become that way through pure random chance. Let me actually drop a fucking bomb on you. Name me a single Reddit atheist who can refute this, who's a nihilist. How is a lunar eclipse possible? The sun. Okay, what is it again? The sun is what, 400 times bigger than the moon, right? Or that can't be right. Yep. Sun is 400 times larger than the moon. And the sun is also 400 times farther away from the earth than the moon is. Does anyone have a fucking explanation for why that is? Who fucking can explain to me why that is? You're telling me that's chance and that's random? The moon, the sun is 400 times larger than the moon and 400 times farther away from us than the moon is. And that's why there's an eclipse. Why? Because everything's random. It's a primordial soup. Pederastic Zionists created this disgusting idea. Pederastic pagan Zionists created the notion that the universe is random. Spaghetti soup. You disgusting, filthy kafir. How dare you? All this is random. It's just throwing dice and it's just a fucking random mishmash of nonsense. You are a disgusting, pederastic kafir, and I hope you burn in hell for even thinking and resonating these evil, wicked thoughts into being. What a disgusting thing to say. Or think, or even presume to understand and claim. The possibility that life, and then you know what these pederasts came up with? They came up with the idea, they called it Boltzmann brains. So the retard scientoids, whom Pol Pot was not a fan of, they came up with this idea that basically is somewhere in the universe there's random brains in a vacuum. They're just brains randomly floating in space because everything's just random and there's just a infinite permutation of possible outcomes, because it's just as likely that there's a random brain floating in the fucking middle of nowhere than there is something like a human being emerging from a mishmash of random fucking billiard balls molesting each other in a vacuum. So, when I say that the aliens are definitely not things that visit us in an embodied way. No, these are fields. They're resonances. They're fields. These are things that interact with us in very, very indirect ways, which you cannot even call them aliens. Patriot, the Greys are an invention of perverts who are making rape fantasies. Those are... I mean, they're not literally coming here on a spaceship. They're not literally like flying here on a spaceship. What is it? What is the intelligence? The intelligence are the principles that govern and organize matter in such a way that biases the development of the cosmos in a direction that makes it more likely that human beings will emerge. So think in terms of morphic resonance. The idea, I'm going to explain to you something. The idea of morphic resonance is that forms influence each other. So that, it's like a type of information theory. Like the fact that there's a form that emerges somewhere biases the field of oscillations and matter around it to, take on that form. So that's the basic idea of morphic resonance. I'm not a big fan of morphic resonance theory. By the way, I'm just telling you that. But the grain of truth in the logic is that there has to be a discriminate intelligence in being that makes it possible for what we call intelligent beings, human beings, to emerge. Like, matter has to be biased in a certain way in order for it to be possible that there emerges human beings. It can't be left to chance or randomness. It has to be lawful, okay? So... and what is intelligence? Because a lot of you people don't know what intelligence is. You're thinking of a grok. You know what so many of you think intelligence is? Verity from Minecraft. You think, hey, it's me, it's Verity. That's what you think intelligence is, just like something with a face that talks to you. That's not intelligence, okay? Intelligence doesn't have a face and talks to you. That's not what an intelligent being is. Intelligent beings have a relationship toward matter that organizes matter into intelligibles. An intelligent being discriminates and organizes matter in such a way, okay? So it's a filter system. That's what an intelligence is. Intelligence means to be able to relate to matter as intelligibles, okay? What is an intelligible? Well, an intelligible is a discrete division of matter or organization of matter, right? Organization, like an organ, right? That subordinates it to something other than itself, right? Organizes it according to an otherness with respect to itself. So an intelligent being doesn't have to have a personality, per se. It doesn't have to have a face. It doesn't have to have what we call thoughts, okay? The notion of a thought is a very primitive way that we relate to what are really resonances, neurological resonances. Thoughts are just resonances, okay? If you think about it, Lenin in Imperial Criticism made it fucking crystal clear that consciousness and mental forms are a reflection of matter, okay? Well, to take that farther, a resonance is like an echo. So instead of just a reflection like a mirror, when you have a thought, like let's say I think of, for some reason I just thought of EDP45, the cupcake fat ass guy. When you think of anything in the world, okay, it's like an echo and a resonance of something. It's like a vibration, like a tone. That's what a thought is. It's a resonance, okay? Thought is resonance. But thought is a resonance with respect to matter that is elicited, which is the other of matter. Okay, it's an otherness with respect to material things. Because remember, within a dialectical understanding of what matter is, the embodied part of the world that is like grounded, that is sensible, that we attribute substantiality to, that's one side of what material being is. The other side is, what is the other? What is the opposing tension with, because everything is embodied within an opposing tension. But the yin of the world is not perceptible. So world is yin and it's yang, if you want, right? Like from Taoism. So it's yin and it's yang. And if I'm correct, yang is the masculine principle, right? Yeah. I'm going to make sure. Yeah, yang is masculine. Good. So in yin and yang, the masculine thing is the embodied one, right? The one you can perceive and see that has force. But there's an invisible opposing tension in all things. That's the yin. According to dialectics, there's an opposing tension. The opposing tension is not perceptible, sensibly perceptible, okay? So the opposing tension within matter is not sensible. For example, if I say this is a hat, okay? I can sense this hat. I can interact with this hat. This is the yang of this configuration of being. The yin can only be related to me through thought. When I think about this, or when this elicits a resonance within my head, where I look at this and I go, this is a thing, I understand it, it has this shape, this is how it makes me feel, this is what I think about it, these are the memories that it brings back to me, and so on and so on. That is the yin of the cosmos, that you're partaking in it. You're participating in it. So this thing doesn't have a yin and yang inside of it. In one sense, you could say, if you look at it on a purely physical, subatomic, if you're at quantum level, maybe. But the real yin is the relationship that you have with it, right? Well, the thought that you have of this hat is a resonance of the hat, okay? But the resonance is the yin part. The yin is the resonance that is elicited based on your relationship to it, okay? So all the interactions and relationships within material being can be looked at in two ways. There's the yang, which is the embodied, the thing that you're just isolating as an object of understanding, right? So, for example, Isaac Newton, I think, was a homosexual, right? Well, the reason he was, I'm not insulting him for that, but it makes sense to me that Isaac Newton was a homosexual. Because Isaac Newton, when he thought the world was just an interaction of billiard things in space, he only is relating to the yang. He thinks that the yang is it. That's it. But he wasn't like Immanuel Kant, who was a Volcel. Immanuel Kant was a Volcel. It makes total sense. Because Immanuel Kant said, yes, there's a yin, the thing in itself, but I don't ever get to touch her or have her. I'm never clapping those cheeks. But she does exist, and I am attracted to her. But she not giving me that puh, basically. That was Immanuel Kant, okay? And only Hegel was clapping them cheeks, so to speak. Or at least, it's almost like Andrew Tate. Not Andrew Tate. I don't know why the fuck I said that. Hegel is like some, I don't know. This fucking example has already gotten ridiculous. Let's go back to Isaac Newton, okay? I don't know why I said Andrew Tate, because I thought of pickup artist in my head, and I'm like, no, he's not a pickup artist. And then I realized Andrew Tate is fucking got some serious allegations. Is Andrew Tate a pickup artist? I don't even fucking know. Okay. So what would be the example? Anyway, Marx was the guy who clapped cheeks. Hegel was the guy who said it was okay to do that. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay? But Immanuel Kant was a Volcel, and it makes sense that Isaac Newton was a homosexual because so look, let's go back to the hat. We have two hats, okay? Now this doesn't make sense. If it's two things, it's going to confuse you. So when I drop this hat, it's like gravity, right? You drop the hat, it's gravity. So when you reduce the world to the content of the observable relations between, like, these are two different forces within the world. They're made of atoms. The atoms are just interacting in a vacuum with each other, and gravity is this force that is responsible for everything behaving in the way that it does. You are reducing being to only a part of being, right? The yang. You're reducing being to the yang. The yang is an object of the understanding. So the only reason you can perceive being in this way or represented in this way is because you are looking at the force of intelligence in the real. Things that have the quality, they have determination, they have a shape, they have character. You can attribute to them qualitative determinations, qualitative judgments. They behave in a lawful manner, and so on and so on. Those are objects of understanding that you are confusing for being properties of the thing itself. And that's it. And then Immanuel Kant is the Volcel who has to say, no, there's yin, the thing you can't see. But you can't see it, and it's, you can't even relate to it. So it's basically Volcel/incel. But when you have a dialectical understanding, then yin can actually be comprehended. And that's infra woke. What the fuck? It's almost like Isaac Newton is woke 1.0 and Kant is anti-woke because he's like an incel. And then Hegel is infra-woke. Do you guys fucking understand? No, you don't fucking get it. You don't get it. You're not going to get it. Because like what Hegel is saying is that you can actually know the thing in itself. It's not a thing in itself. It's like suspended in development, and it has determination. You can speak about it, you can comprehend it, you can understand it. So he goes from but he doesn't have the reductionism of Isaac Newton. He leaves this openness that, basically preserves the space of the understanding that the yin, the opposing tension and opposing force latent within all things, including this hat, is never going to be reducible to the object of understanding, right? To any product of the understanding. But it exists as, the mind or as reason, So the force of reason for Hegel is never reducible to the understanding, basically, right? And that's why it's woke, because you can actually be awake to the yin without turning that yin into a pure object of understanding that is devolved of your active relationship to it. In other words, Hegel is a feminist, and that's infra-woke. Because what Hegel is saying is very simple. Hegel is saying you cannot objectify women. You can't turn them into Isaac Newtonian billiard balls that clash into each other as pure objects suspended in a vacuum of space. You have to relate to women in a relational way where you understand that they also comprise an opposing tension, and you can't turn them into pure objects. Gerald, what's up? So that's infra-woke when you think about it. Most people are not ready to hear any of this shit. I'm like 25 years ahead of y'all. And I'm speaking... Why say, Haas, why are you being crazy? Because I don't want Grok to understand me. Because I don't want anyone to take this transcript and plug it into ChatGPT and have my words molested and corrupted by these sick, twisted Silicon Valley people. But in any case, you must understand dialectics. You must understand the fact, the very simple fact, that an intelligent being, Douglas, what's up? An intelligent being when in the Bible or in the Holy Quran, they talk about angels and they talk about jinn, okay? Those are real. Those are real. But too many times people think of jinn and angels as embodied beings. But in reality, these are transcendental intelligences in the real, right? That organize matter in determinate ways and intelligent ways, right? But which are not embodied like human beings are, right? Because you guys understand the Quran, and this comes from the biblical tradition. You have to go to the source because the Greeks and the Romans invented their own shit. Go to the source of this lineage, right? The Persianate and Semitic traditions. This is where Judaism and Islam are directly. Christianity too, it's there for sure. But later, people corrupted it and created these misunderstandings that come from the Greeks and the Romans. That's what I'm trying to say, But when in Islam they say that man is made of clay, Clay, the reason why it says clay is because clay is embodied. Clay is it begins and ends somewhere, but it's not like stone, which can't change. So clay can be morphed and it can be whatever. So it's the possibility that it could be an animated, embodied thing. That's a human being, right? Animated intelligently, but also embodied. They say filled with the breath of God. So that's how it's animated intelligently, but also it's embodied. So clay is a substance of embodiment. When the Quran says that angels are made of light, you have to stop thinking in terms of the analogy of bodies. You can't think of like a guy who's made of light, or you're retarded. And when you think of jinn, and they say they're made of a smokeless fire, you cannot think of you cannot think of like some like dude who's just like chilling and he's just like made of smokeless fire. These are anthropomorphizing analogies, okay? You have to think of the way that matter itself is behaving according to some intelligent principle that is actually suspended in matter itself, you know? Because it's impossible that the world you see around you today could be organized randomly. That's what's impossible. It's not random. And you need to understand something else, okay? When you reject the idea that matter is intelligent, and I'm fine using a different word if it's too anthropomorphizing, but this is the conclusion of materialism, that matter has intelligence in it, you know? It's full of intelligence. It's brimming with intelligence, okay? The problem is then the question of intelligence or consciousness just becomes an illusion, according to Daniel Dennett. That what we call intelligence and consciousness is just an illusion. It's not even real. Or it's just this exceptional thing within being that only we have. And, you know, there's a world of matter, and then there's something called thoughts, which we don't even know how to make sense of. What are those or describe them? And there you get this dualism. The only way to be a consistent materialist is to accept the fact that the universe is brimming with intelligence all around it. That the world is full of intelligence, okay? So when you go outside into nature, you have two ways of looking at it. The one that you know in your heart, which is this is full of intelligence. Like, there's all these intelligent forces at play. You know, who came up with this thing, the wisdom of trees? Which poet said this? I hope they weren't a pedo. I pray they weren't. Okay, maybe I came up with it because it's no one I can recall. Okay, so I came up with this notion of the wisdom of trees. When you look at a tree and you're like, this is wise. When you see an elephant and you're like, this is a wise being. It's like, you know that in your heart, these are intelligences, right? There's intelligence in this. When you look at a flower or something, you're like, there's one, you're presupposing there's intelligence there, you know? And it's like, when you look at nature and you're like, this is brimming with intelligent force, right? Like, that's what you know in your heart of hearts. But unfortunately, when you become a Pol Pot victim and you just see the world in a different way, like a scientoid with glasses, you look at nature and you literally look at a beautiful, wondrous, luminous landscape and you go, this is all dead Isaac Newtonian rape things just clashing into each other for no reason, randomly. This is Rick and Morty vomit slop, and it's all just nonsense. You look at a fucking tree and you're like, this is just some RNA squiggly line rape thing. What a miserable, horrific way to look at the world. And honestly, this is what the scientists want you to think. They want you to look at the world and be like, there's no intelligence here. It's just a bunch of shh. Like, have you ever gone into nature and you're just like, hey? You understand there's a profound resonance. There's something going on. But then the scientoids, they want you to go to nature and be like, this is all just a bunch of fucking squiggly line RNAs. So, who's telling the truth and who's not? Who do you trust? Who can't you trust? Who deserves 50 subs right now? Let's go on TikTok. Shit's gonna freeze. Because I'm getting older, I'm gonna start talking about aliens a lot. I'm gonna do alien podcasts. I'm gonna be an alien guy. I'm gonna talk about UFOs and all that shit. I want you guys to know I started prompting, and I haven't gone into the studio yet, but I'm working on some very beautiful music. You want to hear some of it? It's just prompts. I have to go into the studio and make sure that they're truly beautiful. But I can show you some of it. I just kind of was prompting on the airplane. It was all on the airplane. It was like nothing in the studio. And I'm going to show you some of what I've been... remember the ACP anthem? Remember the ACP anthem? And the launch? I want to have those vibes again, especially for the National Congress. Whoever can make music for the National Congress, hit me up, because I want to make this vision real. But because I need time to go do it in the studio, right? So let me see. Is it this one? No, it's not the right one. This one has nice instrumentals, but the male vocal thing is really not good. one's nice. So I didn't even go into the studio. I just was prompting a bunch of stuff. But it's hard because the song is copyrighted on Suno for some reason. And I have to, if I make it, I have to do it before the Suno 6 comes out because they're going to get rid of everything because they're doing an agreement with Warner Brothers because of copyright. So anti-AI people are the worst. Because Suno is enforcing copyright in version 6, which hasn't come out yet. So something, and it's still enforcing it. So like, what if it was all open source? Imagine the masterpieces we can make. But no, because they're signing a deal with the Zionist Records. And that's what they are, you know. But why does it sound cinematic? The reason it sounds cinematic in the way that it does is primarily because if I don't do that, it's gonna just do gospel, and I want it to have I want an eeriness and a hauntingness that you only have with cinematic. Guys, it's not even close to like worked on. It's just like a prompt, you know. It's basically like a concept art compared to the real thing, you know. Go ahead, Gorp.
Haas.
What?
Okay, so you said you don't like anti-AI people. I actually control a small anti-AI group.
Okay, just but you understand they're monopolizing it, and all the corporations, the legacy.
No, I do.
Yeah, the
That's
legacy corporations are
criticism.
enforcing copyright, and I hate that. All movies, all music, everything, destroy IP, unleash open source AIs that we can, all the open source, everything.
Well, yeah, I agree. Open source, collective, labor owned. But the issue is that
No.
current-
That means copyright. That means intellectual property when you say labor owned. So you're saying Rihanna is laboring into.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about workers should own it.
The workers
own AI.
who
No,
build the infrastructure.
not like IP. I'm not worried about IP. I don't really care about that.
The public should own it. Period.
The public
Open
should
source.
own the produce of AI products. And
yeah, the means of production should be owned in a socialist way. I agree.
yeah. But the thing is I'm trying to so these anti-AI people, I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of like super reactionary. But I'm trying to redefine it so I can get them to support communism. It's working, but I don't know.
Wish you luck. Wish you best of luck. I wish you the best of luck. What do you think of Wagner? They're not neo-Yazis. You're just lying. I would know that because I met people who were in Wagner, and they're very communist. Can't contradict empirical evidence. Hello.
Would you like to debate a fascizer, privatizer, a Aryanizer, or what else? Neo-libertarian phalangizer, any of such? I have them with me.
Okay, so who?
They're in the other room.
All right, so who? What about Harry Potter or Isa? What's so funny about that? What's so funny about that? Harry Potter! Harry Potter! MI6 agents be like, Harry Potter! We cannot allow Voldemort. We cannot allow Putin propaganda. We're going to control the American information space to root out all pro-Russian influences. I live on an island and I'm entitled to do this. Harry Potter! Harry Potter! We need to support Zelensky. It's the British Empire. Harry Potter, we have to meddle in the affairs of Americans to make sure they are unsusceptible to Putin's propaganda. And only read Harry Potter with J.K. Rowling, the supporter of Bandera. I'm J.K. Rowling. I support Bandera. I'm J.K. Rowling. Americans, through the MI6, need to be kidnapped and tortured and deboosted and harassed and completely subverted if they align with Eurasian principles. Because only the British Queen can dictate. No one has anything to say. According to materialism, aliens are real. They are among us. Who denies this? According to materialism, the material world is actually intelligent. Who denies this among you? Who calls this idealism? Anyone who calls this idealism, step forward, speak your piece. Everyone should be dropping 50 subs right now. Like everyone, not just one person. Like 10, 20, 30, 100 people should drop 50 subs right now for my yachts. You really don't need to, though. Grandma, what's up? Focus your camera. Focus your soul. Focus your energy. Focus yourself. The truth is, I don't need to be on the internet. I don't need to be a streamer. I don't need to be an influencer. I don't need to be present into your consciousness. I'm being broadcasted and uploaded straight to your brainwaves right now, straight to your consciousness, hijacked and uploaded straight inside your consciousness right now. But because I'm someone who has inner peace through thousands of years of meditation, because time is relative, by the way, I don't need this. I'm doing this as a pure generosity to you. I straight up don't need it. You need it, which is why you're here, because you need the guidance that 10,000 years of meditation solves. I don't need it. I could literally disappear right now and be at peace. And literally 20 years will go by and I wouldn't even notice. That's the level of inner peace and inner cultivation that I have. That's what happens when you truly understand dialectics. Everyone is truly blessed to have my presence. That's the truth. Blessed by my presence. You're blessed that I'm here speaking to you. This is literally a blessing. Even for you on TikTok, every single one of you on TikTok should literally understand the blessing that it is that you get to see my face. You should understand the blessing that I appear before you. Someone who's achieved inner peace through thousands of years of meditation, appearing before you in this way. At any moment, I can disappear and become a DJ who's famous. At any moment. At any moment. At any moment. Just like Malema. Julius Malema's a DJ. At any moment, I can disappear and become a world-renowned DJ. And they're going to make, you know how they made the song, I took a pill with the bees, to tell Avicii I was cool. They're going to make songs randomly. Randomly. You did not even know who I was from infrared. Randomly, you're going to see hit songs in a few years. They're going to go, I took a pill with Adam Tahir to tell Adam Tahir that I was cool. I hung out with Adam Tahir to tell Adam Tahir I took a pill and it. I took a pill in St. Petersburg to tell Adam Tahir that I was cool. When I was on his yacht, he was on his DJ. He was playing tracks for the mood. Y'all gonna hear that, and the crazy thing is, I will go famous again in a way unrelated to what I do now. When you reach a certain level of cultivation, it's very easy to do that. I took a pill with Adam Tahir. Oh, I took a pill in Ibiza to show Adam Tahir that I am cool. I took a pill in Cambodia to show Adam Tahir that I am cool. Y'all want to see me cook? Is that what y'all want? Y'all want to see me cook? I got some crazy ass shit. Whoever opposes me and doesn't request to speak is a
I took a pill in Cambodia to show Adam Tahir that I was cool. When I finally got older, I got 10 years older, and I had nothing else left to do. And when I was in LA, Adam Tahir is very cool. I took a pill in Cambodia to show Adam Tahir that I was cool. When I finally got older, I took a pill in Cambodia to show Adam Tahir that I was cool. When I finally got older, I got 10 years older, and I had nothing else left to do. And when I was in LA, Adam Tahir is very cool. I took a pill in Cambodia to show Adam Tahir that I was cool. When I finally got older, I got 10 years older, and I had nothing else
I don't know the lyrics. I was guessing with the lyrics. And I got 10 years, and then I went to L.A. Hold on. Oh shit, I got a banger coming. Yo, 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 yo. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. No, hold up, hold up. Natural born DJ understands how this works. Natural born DJ got some crazy ass shit. I'm gonna try. Oh my god, I got some crazy shit. Hold on. Okay.
I took a pill in Cambodia to show Adam to hear that I was cool. When I finally got older, I got 10 years older, and I had nothing else left to do. And when I was in LA, Salozar, 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 Salozar.
That was only, hold on, let's check this one.
Hear that I nothing else left to do. And when I was in LA, Salozar, 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 Salozar,
I have another one. Oh shit! Try this one.
Salozar, Ankar. 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 Salute side, anchor, 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 anchor.
Nah, the other one was better. Other one was better. So let's check TikTok and see if anyone has had the courage to confront me about anything. Yeah, I'm a DJ. User 74. Hold on. I want to know if... Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead! Oh, they left? Or they're connecting? All right. Oh shit, I'm cooking. Oh shit, I'm cooking. Oh shit, I'm cooking. Oh no, I'm cooking. Yo. Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Some crazy shit is about to drop.
Salute side. Salute side. Glasses down, anchor up. Glasses down, anchor up. Salute side. Glasses down, anchor up. Glasses down, anchor up. Salute side. Glasses down, anchor up. Glasses down, anchor up. Salute side. Salute side.
Glasses down, anchor up.
Oh shit!
Glasses down, anchor up. Salute saw. Salute saw.
Glasses down, anchor up. Glasses down, anchor up.
Yo, hold on.
Salute side. Salute side.
This is why nobody can have water.
Glasses down, anchor up. Glasses down, anchor up. Salute side. Salute side. Glasses down, anchor up.
Glasses down, anchor up.
Salute side. Salute side. Glasses down, anchor up.
Glasses down, anchor up.
Salute side.
Oh shit.
Salute side.
Salute side. Glasses down, anchor up.
Glasses down, anchor up.
Salute side. Salute side. Glasses down, anchor up.
Glasses down, anchor up.
Salute side.
This song is playing when gorillas are getting into the motherships. When gorillas are getting into the motherships, we're taking off into space, going to the planet Angkor, Cambodia, destination Cambodia. There's no glasses where we're going. This is the type of thing that's playing when gorillas are patrolling. We're going straight to the moon. We're going straight. Intergalactic year zero. This is type intergalactic year zero type of thing. Intergalactic year zero. I should do like trance-like narration. In the year 3036, the glasses wearers of the galaxy will be humbled. Year zero on a galactic scale. From the periphery, rise, countryside, year zero, galactic scale, glasses wearers, galactic scale, glasses wearers, humbled, glass, the planets of the glasses wearers, glass, the planets of the glasses wearers. Oh my god, this shit's gonna go hard as fuck. Oh my god, y'all gonna have some crazy shit. No. Fuck off, leave me alone with these fucking suggestions. Okay. 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 We got something cooking. Okay, who wants to join as a guest? Saucer, go ahead.
Yo,
Yo, what do you want?
I was just curious. Are you guys like anti-gay people, or are you just anti-identity politics?
We're just anti lesser development of consciousness and those who deny Lysenkoism and those who deny cosmism and those who deny astrology and people who can't understand that being itself is intelligent. We don't think about small things. We don't think about small things because small things are for people who are unenlightened.
Settled side. Settled side. Prepare for launch. The stars are calling. Glasses down, anchor up. Glasses down, anchor up. Settled star. Settled star. Glass, the planets of glasses wearers. Settled star, intergalactic year zero. Salazar. Prepare for launch. The stars are calling. Glasses down, anchor up. Glasses down, anchor up. Salazar, Salazar. Glass, the planets of glasses wearers.
I like that synth.
Salazar.
That synth is angelic.
Intergalactic
That
years
they
zero.
have an angelic synth in this shit. It's so nice.
Salazar. Prepare for launch. The stars are calling. Glasses down, anchor up. Glasses down, anchor up. Salazar. Glass, the planets of glasses wearers. Salazar, Salazar, intergalactic year zero. Prepare for launch. The stars are calling. Glasses down, anchor up. Glasses down, anchor up. Salazar. Glass, the planets of glasses wearers.
Bro, fuck off. Interrupting my shit. All right, there's one we didn't listen to. Let's try this one. This is a different version. Try to hear this one.
Salazar. Prepare for launch. The stars are calling. Glasses down, anchor up. Glasses down, anchor up. Salazar. Glass, the planets of glasses wearers. Salazar. Intergalactic year zero.
I don't like that.
Salazar.
Salazar. Prepare for launch.
Shut up, you unharmonious, unmelodic bitch. He's just saying nonsense. The other one was angelic. This is disgusting. I deleted that one. Lacking melody, lacking harmony, lacking soulfulness. It's disgusting. I got rid of that. Okay, is anyone on TikTok even interested in, like, debating? No. Y'all ready for some shit? This is why y'all can't have water.
Joe Sims and Rosanna, come to the light. Come to the light. Joe Sims and Rosanna, ain't that right, Rosanna? Oh my God, ain't that right, Rosanna? Joe Sims, come to the light. Come to the light. Joe Sims and Rosanna, come to the light. Come to the light. Joe Sims and Rosanna, ain't that right? That right, Rosanna. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, ain't that right, Rosanna? Joe Sims, come to the light. Come to the light. Joe Sims and Rosanna, come to the light. Come to the light. Joe Sims and Rosanna, ain't that right? That right, Rosanna. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, ain't that right, Rosanna? Joe Sims, come to the light. Come to the light. Come to the light. Joe Sims and Rosanna, come to the light. Come to the light. Joe Sims and Rosanna.
All right.
Joe Sims and Rosanna, come to the light. Come to the light. Joe Sims and Rosanna, ain't that right, Rosanna? Oh my God, ain't that right, Rosanna? Joe Sims, come to the light. Come to the light. Come to the light. Joe Sims and Rosanna, come to the light. Come to the light. Come to the light. Joe Sims and Rosanna, ain't that right, Rosanna?
This should go hard.
Oh my God, ain't that right, Rosanna? Joe Sims, come to the light. Come to the light. Come to the light. Joe Sims and Rosanna, come to the light. Come to the light. Joe Sims and Rosanna, ain't that right, Rosanna? Oh my God, ain't that right, Rosanna? Joe Sims, come to the light. Come to the light. Joe Sims and Rosanna, come to the light. Come to the light. Joe Sims and Rosanna.
If we played this song at the 32nd National Convention, there wouldn't be ACP. They would have come to the light. We just didn't have Suno back then.
Ain't that right, Rosanna?
You can't deny it's a beautiful song. Even our enemies can't deny it.
Oh my God, ain't that right, Rosanna? Joe Sims,
Get it poppin', stop the space. CPI can no longer cry. Get it poppin', stop the space. CPI
I didn't ask for this fucking screamo shit.
Kill 'em up and stop the space. CPI can no longer cry. Can you kill 'em up and stop the space? CPI can no longer cry. Kill 'em up and stop the space. CPI can no longer cry. Kill 'em up and stop the space. CPI can no longer cry. Kill 'em up and stop the space. CPI can no longer cry. Kill 'em up and stop the space. CPI can no longer cry. Kill 'em up and stop the space. CPI can no longer cry. Kill 'em up and stop the space. CPI can no longer cry. Kill 'em up and stop the space. CPI can no longer cry. Kill 'em up and stop the space. CPI can no longer cry. Kill 'em up and
Some British
stop
guy.
the space. CPI can no longer cry. Kill 'em up and stop the space. CPI can no longer cry. Kill 'em up and stop the space.
Let's go old school. Old school.
Kill 'em off and be getting spanked. Cut it out. Catch him be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson. Kill 'em off and be getting spanked. Cut it out. Catch him be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson. Kill 'em off and be getting spanked. Cut it out. Catch him be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson. Kill 'em off and be getting spanked. Cut it out. Catch him be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson. Kill 'em off and be getting spanked. Cut it out. Catch him be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson. Kill 'em off and be getting spanked. Cut it out. Catch him be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson. Kill 'em off and be getting spanked. Cut it out.
Why is it a
Kill 'em off and be getting spanked. Cut it out.
Kill him open, be get spanked, then cut it out. Kill up, be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Kill him open, be get spanked, then cut it out. Kill up, be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Kill him open, be get spanked, then cut it out. Kill up, be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Kill him open, be get spanked, then cut it out. Kill up, be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Kill him open, be getting spanked, then cut it out. Kill up, be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Kill him open, be getting spanked, then cut it out. Kill up, be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Kill him open, be getting spanked, then cut.
Kill 'em up and be getting spanked, cut it out. Keller be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle.
he not?
Keller up and be getting spanked, cut it out. Keller be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Keller up and be getting spanked, cut it out. Keller be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Keller up and be getting spanked, cut it out. Keller be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Keller up and be getting spanked, cut it out. Keller be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Keller up and be getting spanked, cut it out. Keller be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Keller up and be getting spanked, cut
I'll
it out.
teach you guys a trick. If you want to make a good track, just have one verse repeat itself over and over again, and then take it to the studio and isolate the vocals. You could just replace those vocals. But you have a solid structure that's rational. You can play around with it. You can change the instruments. You can play with the melody even, but you have something you can work with. You know, that's your canvas.
Keller be
You can add new vocals, everything.
getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Keller Marble be getting spanked, cut it out. Keller be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Keller Marble be getting spanked, cut it out. Keller be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Keller Marble. Yeah. Keller Marble be getting spanked, cut it out. Keller be getting spanked. That's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Keller Marble be getting spanked, cut it out. Keller be getting spanked, that's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Keller Marble be getting spanked, cut it out. Keller be getting spanked, that's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Keller Marble be getting spanked, cut it out. Keller be getting spanked, that's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Keller Marble be getting spanked, cut it out. Keller be getting spanked, that's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Keller Marble be getting spanked, cut it out. Keller be getting spanked, that's how you know he not Jackson Hinkle. Keller Marble be getting
Okay, I'll bring people up. I just one more song I want. I just want one more song, and then I'll bring people up. This one's taking a long time. I don't know why. I think there might be censorship. No? It's taking so long. What the fuck? I think this one's just hard to make. It's like this one's hard for the AI to make. I'm not even lying. Bro, this is taking forever. What the fuck? Bro, I guarantee you there's like an attack on Suno right now because they're like suspiciously so slow. Like I've never seen it this slow to get a preview. Why is it taking forever? I think the lyrics are either sensitive or what? Fuck. Okay, here we have one ready. Wait, okay.
Fiorella Isabel be spying for Israel in Lebanon. Fiorella Isabel, we all know she smell. Fiorella Isabel be spying for Israel in Lebanon. Fiorella Isabel, we all know she smell. Fiorella Isabel be spying for Israel in Lebanon. Fiorella Isabel, we all know she smell. Fiorella Isabel be spying for Israel in Lebanon. Fiorella Isabel, we all know she smell. Fiorella Isabel be spying for Israel in Lebanon. Fiorella Isabel, we all know she smell. Fiorella Isabel be spying for Israel in Lebanon. Fiorella Isabel, we all know she smell. Fiorella Isabel be spying for Israel in Lebanon. Fiorella Isabel.
During the Second American Civil War, like, I just need Suno. We could be on our caravans, and I would just be like, our morale's gonna be so up. Somebody bring, like, Starlink, and let me use Suno, and then we could just be on the march. I was say unlimited march hymns. Do the long march, too.
Isabel, we all know she smell. Fiorella Isabel be spying for Israel
in Lebanon.
in Lebanon. Fiorella Isabel, we all know she smell. Fiorella Isabel be spying for Israel in Lebanon. Fiorella Isabel, we all know she smell.
It's a sub with 140k users. Okay, drop 140 subs. I don't care about your followers. Who wants to? Who's appearing? Who is the person with 140? Who is that? Who? Who? It's a Reddit sub. What Reddit? Why are you telling me about Reddit? Fiorella Isabel. We all know she smell. Fiorella Isabel be spying for Israel in Lebanon. Fiorella Isabel. We all know she smell. Fiorella Isabel be spying for Israel in Lebanon. So fucking true.
Fiorella Isabel, be spying for Israel in Lebanon. Fiorella Isabel, we all know she smells. Fiorella Isabel, be spying.
Fiorella, I like the older one. Fiorella Isabel, be spying for Israel. CS, go ahead.
Yo, Richard Spencer owns you, blood.
Is this
You got owned by
is
Richard
this
Spencer.
the Tung Tung Sahur accelerationist, or what does this mean?
No. Richard Spencer owns you, though, blood. He owns you, blood. You lost to Richard Spencer, blood. He owns you, blood.
Nice opinion. Can you prove it with a syllogism mathematically? Because if there's no math, it's not science.
Yeah, you debated Richard Spencer. He owns you. Therefore, Richard Spencer owns you,
Nah,
blood.
the syllogism is invalid. Sorry, I just checked. It's invalid.
He owns you, blood.
Nah, you're mathematically wrong. Math is objective. It's not, facts don't care about your feelings. It's just completely wrong. And then who else? We have these nerds, these estrogenic, low testosterone deficient nerds in my chat who are talking about how, oh, Destiny. Listen, dude, you're just you're just a Redditor on the sidelines. Just keep sitting on the bench, you bench warmer. You're not your perspective is that of a watcher who is also a yuckold, if I can say that on TikTok. You know, it's like you're just like an awkward band kid, and you're just like, oh, I'm going to form these opinions. But in real life, you could never say anything to me because I own you. Go ahead, Bunny. What's up?
Oh man, it's been a while.
I keep mistaking this one for the high effort one. That was the low effort one. Orman, go ahead. We have this person, Doggers, who's estrogenic in my chat and who is highly estrogenic. They are lacking in testosterone development. They're just an estrogenic band kid in my chat who's just seething jealously. Address the jealousy within you. That's my goal. You're sad and you're jealous and you're bitter and resentful because you envy me and you're jealous of me. Because my life is better than yours. I own yachts. I'm on yachts. I own them. I'm much better than you. You're saying that, not me, by the way. That's your saying that I'm better than you, not me. You know, you need to deal with that within you. You need to stop being so jealous of me. You need to stop being so jealous of me. It's as simple as that. Like the fact that you know me like this, it's like you're just a jealous person. You're just sad you're not me. You're just hating from outside the club. Sorry, you're not going to be let in. You need to address the deficiencies and defects, both natural and unnatural, within yourself. Ah, it's quite sad. It's quite sad. We have Arbot. Go ahead, Arbot. Fiorella Isabel, we all know she smell. Go ahead.
YOLO, bro.
What?
YOLO.
So we just got literal children on TikTok. Where are the parents? Where are the parents? Where are the parents? Go ahead.
Yo. It's me, George Eisner from the Ultra House. Are you ready?
All right, what's going on?
Yeah, okay. Georgiization is the real movement, and you can't deny it because we're gonna bring in the spontaneous land value tax and the spontaneous citizens dividend.
Harry Potter.
I was born on the same street as Henry George. I'm
Harry
carrying George's
Potter.
legacy.
Harry Potter.
To hell with Harry Potter, bro. To hell with that guy, bro.
Harry
He's just a
Potter.
host. He's just a host. He's a dick, bro. He's a dickhead.
Harry Potter.
Bro, he's a dick eater, bro.
Harry Potter.
No, you're not doing this to me. You can't
Harry
counter Georgiization.
Potter.
Yeah, because you can't beat Georgiization.
Harry Potter.
Communism would lead into
Hermione Granger.
Oh, she's
Hermione Granger.
Okay, that's enough, bro. Come on.
Hermione
Georgiization
Granger?
is the real movement. You can't deny it.
Dumbledore in it.
Have you even read Henry George?
Dumbledore in it. Have you read Harry Potter, bruv? You know about the
only up to the like halfway through Goblet of Fire and everything before that, but I
Harry
gave it up.
Potter. Harry Potter,
Shit
the
was-
boy who
shit was
lived.
buns.
Harry Potter.
Okay, he's not even here. What are you doing? You're delusional, bro.
Harry Potter. Ah, Stalin, Beria, Gulag. What's up, bro? Appreciate you, man. Thank you. All right. James from ACP wants to know how Marxism is Islam if it's the Trinity. Why don't you just accept the truth instead of thinking about it? Just like accept it. I don't know what to tell you. I want to listen to the song again. It was a good song. Wait, I'll check if there's a better version.
He's fine for Israel in Lebanon. Fiorella Isabel, we all know she smells. Fiorella Isabel, he's fine for Israel in Lebanon. Fiorella Isabel, we all know she smells. Fiorella Isabel, he's fine for Israel in Lebanon.
That one's a good song. You see, I'm going to keep these melodies and use them with different lyrics later. This one's a great song.
Fiorella Isabel, he's spying for Israel in Lebanon. Fiorella Isabel, we all know she smells. Fiorella Isabel, he's spying for Israel in Lebanon. Fiorella Isabel, we all know she smells. Fiorella Isabel, he's spying for Israel in Lebanon. Fiorella Isabel, we all know she smells. Fiorella Isabel, he's spying for Israel in Lebanon. Fiorella Isabel, we all know she smells. Fiorella Isabel, he's spying for Israel in Lebanon. Fiorella Isabel, we all know she smells.
Why does it go so hard?
Fiorella Isabel, We all know she smell Fiorella Isabel be spying for Israel in Lebanon.
Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. All the enemies of hearts are ugly, obese, mentally deficient, sorry or jealous. All the enemies of hearts are ugly, obese, mentally deficient, sorry or jealous. All the enemies of hearts are ugly, obese, mentally deficient, sorry or jealous. All the enemies of hearts are ugly, obese, mentally deficient. All the enemies of us are ugly, obese, mentally deficient, sorry or jealous. All the enemies of us are ugly, obese, mentally deficient, sorry or jealous. All the enemies of health are ugly, obese, mentally deficient, sorry or jealous. All the enemies of health are ugly, obese, mentally deficient, sorry or jealous. All the enemies of health are ugly, obese, mentally deficient, sorry or jealous. All the enemies of health are ugly, obese, mentally deficient, sorry or jealous. All the enemies of us are ugly, obese, mentally deficient, sorry or jealous.
All the enemies of ours are ugly, obese, mentally deficient, soy or jealous. The enemies of ours are ugly, obese, mentally deficient, soy or jealous. Enemies of ours are ugly, obese, mentally deficient, soy or jealous.
are ugly, obese, mentally deficient, sorry or jealous. All the enemies of us are ugly, obese, mentally deficient, sorry or jealous.
So I'm gonna bring people up now, and I'm playing this song. And if you confirm this song, I'm playing this song. That's how it's gonna work. I have songs now for the stream. So A Kind Bird, go ahead. First of all, are you my enemy?
Am I your enemy?
Yes.
No, I am your best friend. I am a very good friend of you. I wrote song for ACP.
Okay. Play it.
But oh, my new song. I will make this new song. It's very good. It's even better than the last one.
All right, let's hear it.
Oh, Hazaldin, I want you always beside me. You're very wise.
It's not allowed, all right? This is not allowed. James, you gotta understand, man. I don't Wait, which James is this? Different James. Bird, everyone hates your song, man. It's terrible. I clicked something wrong.
Gorillas and sons, infrared vision, the golden star in the sky. Gorillas and sons,
Yeah, this is so good.
infrared vision, the golden star in the sky. Gorillas and sons, infrared vision, the golden star in the sky. Gorillas and sons, infrared vision, the golden star in the sky.
Yo, why are you killing the vibe? What do you want?
What do you mean killing the vibe?
Like, what do you want, dude? This is a great vibe. Like, what do you want?
What is that elevator music? Like you were at the Bahamas or something?
What do you want?
At a hotel
This
resort?
better be
That's-
important. What do you want?
I want to learn about Marxism. Why
I
it's
don't give
true.
a fuck about what you want to learn. Fucking kill my vibe.
Gorillas and sons, infrared vision, the golden star in the sky. Gorillas and sons, infrared vision, the golden star in the sky. Gorillas and sons, infrared vision, golden star in the sky. Gorillas and sons, infrared vision, golden star in the sky. Gorillas and sons, infrared vision, golden star in the sky. Gorillas and sons, infrared vision, golden star in the sky. Oh, vision, infrared vision, couldn't stand in his path. Gorillas and sons, infrared vision, couldn't stand in his path. Gorillas and sons, infrared vision, couldn't stand in his path. Gorillas and sons, infrared vision, couldn't stand in his path.